Basically what I have right now on the computer screen or the monitor, and that's why you see this flashing going on in the background, is basically this is a live film of bacteria, and what we have here is the lining. Say this is your tooth, and this is bacteria right here that are swimming around in your mouth, and they're going to show you how they attach to different things of your teeth, and if you leave food there, how you'll notice through here that everything grows. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and play this movie and show you this, and you can see all the bacteria in the mouth are aiming for this, and that's how you get a buildup of plaque. Plaque is a film on your teeth. It's a white film, and you can see the arrow pointing to it, and it keeps building up and building up, and it's a gooey white film. It's not food you left on your teeth from breakfast of eggs or some bread you ate for your sandwich at lunch. And you can see it just getting thicker and thicker from here out to here. It just keeps getting thicker and thicker, and that's what plaque is bacteria attaching to other bacteria and sugar and this gooey stuff that the bacteria make and eat in the food you leave on your teeth, and they're eating the food and breaking the food down just like when we eat. So as you can see, the plaque is getting, thicker and thicker and thicker over time, and each one of these little white particles coming in is bacteria. What this is showing you a description of how plaque grows on your teeth. You'll notice that it starts real small, and then it keeps growing and leaving the sugar and food on your teeth. With the bacteria, this is all bacteria in your mouth, and it continues to grow and grow and grow. And this film, this is a video showing it starting all over again. But you see it growing. Under on a microscope, that's an electron microscope, you can see there's actually little worms, and all these little dots and stuff are live bacteria. We're going to go down to other pictures. You can see that they can actually, this is a very close-up shot of electron microscope. Also, you can see the bacteria can be in shape of worms, and also these little dots are all bacteria. What's interesting is at this website I found was also we have plaque not only in different places with bacteria, but this was a smear from just taking a smear of the inside of people that wear contacts in their eyes, and they don't keep their contact case cleaned out. You don't necessarily, if you wash it out with soap, you make sure you get the soap out, but this is somebody that had a very dirty contact lens case. They put their contact lens in the case, but they took a sample out of the contact lens case and put it under an electron microscope, and all these bacteria were in there, and then you actually put that in your eye. I wonder why the person was getting eye infections all the time. So that's why you have to clean your contacts. You got to watch out for things as your contact case. Also your retainer case, where you put your retainers during treatment, or when you're wearing retainers after braces, that have to be kept clean with soap and water. But be careful using soap in your contact eye case, because it'll burn your eyes if you don't get the soap out of the contact case. Next video we're going to show you on this is the actual bacteria dividing, and they divide in half and keep duplicating each other. In other words, just like humans have babies. So you leave bacteria in your mouth and you give them sugar and watch what happens. They just grow and grow, and bacteria just grow, and they all eat this food we leave on the teeth, and they produce acid. So we don't want this to occur like this. So the next thing we're going to do is move on to understanding where, when you Waterpik, how you're supposed to spray the water. But before we get to that, you need to understand something. This is a model of lower teeth, and this is a very good model because it actually has rubbery gums just like we have. Let me show you something on your thumb you may not know is right, if you look at your thumb right here, your skin comes up and then folds over, and then there's literally a pocket formed here. If you notice with this probe, let me see if I can get this in focus. There you go. It's in focus now. But notice this probe has different readings on it. And each one of these readings is a different amount of millimeters. If you look right here, from here to here is a thickness of 3 dimes or 3 millimeters. And then from this black is another 3 millimeters. So that's a total of 6 millimeters. So from my fingernail down, that's 3, and that's 3, that's 6 millimeters, the thickness of a dime. If you took 6 dimes and stacked them over itself, it'd be about this much. Basically, if you probe this like right under your fingernail, right here, you actually have a pocket. Notice it goes in almost 3 millimeters, like right there. Here, maybe 2. So it's probing in. So we have different places in our body that have this sort of phenomenon, but up around your teeth, we have that, and it's not exactly real good to have that, because let me show you something, is all around your teeth, this probe, and they do this at your dentist office, is after they clean your teeth, they should be going around with this probe, and they can sink it in, and I don't know if you can see the mark there. I'll turn this so you can see it. But it goes up under the gum 3 millimeters to that first black mark. So it sinks in. Now over here, let me see if again we can focus in on this a little bit better, is when I stick the probe in right in this area, watch this, it goes here and then it sinks all the way down into the black. So again, notice right here, there goes 3, and then it goes on even down into 5 or 6. That isn't good right there. The purpose is that from the first 3 millimeters that this sinks down, your toothbrush can get in here, and then over here, your floss can get down into there. So when you floss, you got to go below, not just where the teeth are, but you got to go up under the gums a little bit to get the bacteria that are hiding up under your gums where this probe can go. So it's just the same principle as your thumb, that you have this pocket right where the skin overfolds. It forms a pocket in there, and just like down in there, there's bacteria hiding down in your thumb. So when you wash and scrub, that's why when surgeons scrub, they have scrub brushes that scrub all up in those crevices right there. So guess what? When you Waterpik, that's where you got the Waterpik. If you're just taking the Waterpik and giving your teeth and braces a shower, that ain't cutting it. A Waterpik is a machine that produces a fine stream of water that acts like this probe, and when you Waterpiking, you need to actually get the water to shoot up under your gums just like this probe is doing, and you can feel it. So you got to make sure that you're jamming it up under, like right there, like and let the water run right where that probe is. And it's not to clean your braces. The Waterpik is actually used, its main purpose is to go where this probe goes. And you see where I'm at now, right between here, you got to come on this side of the wire, but down the front here, you got to go shooting here, then you got to run this right through here, and then follow this probe. Notice this probe is sinking up under the gums. Same thing, let's do with this side here. Again, you can see the markings. There's 3 millimeters, and it sinks in. See where it sunk? It disappeared, and right there is fine. But watch right there. Oh my God, there's actually a gum disease right here. If it sinks into that black or more, you've got a problem. Because basically what that is, bacteria down in there, you can't reach them, and they're down there eating away your bone and your gum around your teeth. So everywhere this probe goes, between the tooth and the gums, you've got to shoot water in there like a Waterpik. Now how can you do that and feel that is you can actually feel it going up under your gums, and you got to make sure that you're aiming that under there and here. But again, if you're out here with the Waterpik and you're just spraying just like the tip of my finger, and you're giving your teeth a shower, you're wasting your time. You shouldn't even, then you're not even water picking. Now, also you got the back side. When you're water picking, you actually see the probe, you can see it go down up under the gums, and then you follow all along here, and the water, you won't actually jam the probe of the water pick up under your gums, but you will actually, what's going to occur is you'll be actually outside, but you can feel the water streaming so hard, you can actually feel it like it's a probe going up under your gums. And all around. Notice when you water pick, you should start on one side, just like I just did, and keep going all the way around. Now, if you water pick here, then come up here, you missed all these. How do you know what you've missed and not missed? So then you come all the way around, then you do all the fronts, and then on your upper teeth, you got the same thing. Again, you can see the probe, it goes up under the gums. See right here, it's going up, there's the black. And then right back here, you can see where the gum, it just drops on in. Now I know this is going out of focus real quick here. Let me see if I can, there we go. So the probe goes up under those gums. See where this is? But if it ever drops in an area like back here, it drops way up there. Oh my gosh, that dropped in there way up in that black. But anyway, you go all the way around, and the problem is this wire gets in the way, is you got to go between the wire and the tooth. And you can't come from this way. You actually got to jam that thing right there and try to spray water up under your gums here and all right here, and you work your way all the way around. That's the purpose of water picking. You sell water picks here. This is actually made by the company Waterpik. I think they were the original people that all invented it. What this involves, basically we'll show you, is a handheld. It comes with a tip, and it comes with this unit. We'll show you what this is all about. And like I said, this is the box. But inside the box, you'll get this little bathtub. This is brand new. And this is what the water goes in. You can actually, sits here and tells you how many ounces and milliliters of water is in here, because you'll see what that's about a little bit later. And it comes with, a cord. So the tub actually sits up on top of here. And when you set it up on top of here, the water goes in here, comes through here, and the machine shoots it out through this. And this controls how much. You can see a little drop or big drops on here. There's a little diagram, like that's fully on. When you first use this, I probably wouldn't put it all the way on. I'd probably back it off a little bit till you're used to it. But basically, this comes with two tips. It comes with this real fine little sickle tip. This is the main one you want to use. This other one I have not found to be that useful, that has this other, looks like spoon effect. But basically this plugs into the top of this and snaps in, and you're going to actually run this, and the water comes out of this tip at a very, very fine stream equivalent to this probe, so that you can actually pretend the stream that comes out of here water. Now notice this tip is way bigger than the probe that I was using earlier, but the water that shoots out of here is the same shape as that probe, so it can go up under your gum. So you're actually having an imaginary probe like this that's shooting water out. So basically you have the same thing, but I'm overlaying where the probe ends here of the water pick ends, and then the water shoots out like this probe. And you're going to shoot that up under the gums. This is electric. You want to make sure children aren't getting inside the shower or the bathtub with this, because they could get electrocuted. One of the things you'll see later is that you have this unit and you get used to it, but I tell you, when you use this and you're over the sink, there's so much water coming out of this, and you can buy multiple tips, by the way, for this, and these are the tip holders. But basically, you don't want to be using the water and the water pick, and you're spraying it inside your mouth, and your mouth gets filled up with water very, very fast. So what I recommend is you actually stand on the outside of the shower or the bathtub, and you put the shower curtain kind of around you in a neat fashion, like a toga party sort of thing. Do not get in the bathtub because you don't want to get electrocuted, but you can actually take this wand over, get it close to the bathtub or whatever, and actually lean your head over the bathtub and just keep your mouth open and let the water shoot all around your teeth with this probe. So again, I'm not going to take this probe out of the container here, but again, you've got this probe that's shooting all up under your gums here, not just outside here giving a spray or a shower, and you start from one side going the other, but let the water, keep your mouth open, let the water just fall out of your mouth and just drops right into the shower or the bathtub. Again, do not get into the bathtub with your wet feet and get electrocuted. You stay on the outside of this, and parents need to make sure that they're doing this correctly. Now, you fill this up with the proper amount of water, because one of the things that we recommend is if you're filling this up with water and you have too much water in here, it won't be effective. What we recommend, if you're using water alone, this will not work. We actually recommend Pyramid, and Pyramid, what this is, an alcohol-free product. You have to get it by prescription only unless you buy it at the doctor's office, and it's treating gum inflammation or gingival inflammation, sensitivity, and tooth decay. And basically what this states is that you can actually rinse with this, but we found out rinsing doesn't really work real well. What you have to do is get this up under the gums where the bacteria are hiding. The bacteria are not hiding on the outside of the teeth, they're hiding down those pockets where the probe went. But basically this Pyramid, if you open it up, comes with a little cup. We don't even recommend that. What we recommend is you take this Pyramid, and it comes with this little top. If you turn this, twist this, it'll pop up just like a Windex cleaner, and you put this inside the Pyramid here, and basically what you're going to do is you're going to do two whole squirts of this into the water. And what I would do is that's per filling this up. So if you're water picking, you need to water pick every night. There's actually a form that we give you when you buy the Waterpik, and it says you will have to do this until Dr. Fox approves of the color of your gums. Do not stop until you get with Dr. Fox on this. It says it's done every night, and it can be done in the morning and after dinner, twice a day. But once your gums get better, you ask for Dr. Fox, hey, can I stop not doing this every night? How's my gums? He'll tell you, well, you can do it on Sundays nights, Tuesday nights, and Thursday nights when you floss. That's when you're supposed to floss. You don't have to floss every night. Now, if you've been bad and your gums are all out of control, then you're going to need to floss and Pyramid every night. And but flossing's 3 times a week. But the Waterpik, if you've been told to do it, you have to do it every night until Dr. Fox tells you otherwise. So you actually, after you fill this up with water up to the full line here, and you squirt 2 squirts, you take your finger and stir it up real good, and then you just use this. And it has a good taste or whatnot. Do not use more than 2 squirts of this. Also, if you have children using this, Pyramid, this can be very, very toxic, or it can hurt people. You know, if you have Pyramid in the house like this, you got to keep it away from 4 and 5-year-olds. If they drink this whole thing, they can get very, very sick, and I would even imagine, I've heard stories where children could die. Because fluoride, you know, if it can kill these bacteria, if you drink this thing, which is it's not pure fluoride, but it's pretty strong, you just don't want this laying around for little tiny children. And be sure you tell the children using this, if they're 9 years old, 7 years old, that they also have to take responsibility. This is medicine. So you don't want to be using more than 2 squirts in here. And when you're doing this, be sure that all the stuff that you're shooting in your mouth with the perio probe is actually going, spitting back out. You do not rinse your mouth back out after you finish water picking with Pyramid, because you want the fluoride to be sitting on your gums. That would be kind of not good to take and rinse your mouth with water. And it's good to do this after you've brushed and after you've flossed, and then you're down to just shooting the water with the pyramid and the fluoride down under your gums, and then you just go to sleep. And that way it drenches your mouth and kills all these bacteria. So to wrap up this video on water picking, there's two things you need to understand. Earlier, your purpose here is to get fluoride near the bacteria so that the bacteria will actually drink this water that has the fluoride in it, and this fluoride will actually then, the bacteria will not be able to tolerate the fluoride that they drink, and it will kill them. So we're trying to decrease the amount of fluoride, decrease the amount of bacteria down under the gums so that your body can get a chance to actually heal your gums, and that's what it says up here. This will help to decrease the number of bacteria in the mouth so the body can have a fighting chance to heal the gingivitis. Gingivitis is the red gums that is caused by the acid the bacteria produced, and from the bacteria actually go to the bathroom just like we do. So the waste that the bacteria produce are very acid, and it eats away the teeth, making holes in the teeth, and the acids irritate the gums that cause an ulcer-like tissue under the gums called gingivitis down there where that perioprobe went. So we want to allow the body to heal these ulcerated areas that are now bleeding. Because if you take a probe and you probe with this probe up under the gums on somebody that's healthy, like me, and this model here, no blood comes out. But if you probe down here and blood starts rushing up, that means the bacteria down there eating away this healthy gum on the other side of where this probe is. So this gum here is just like this, and then it comes over and it folds over just like my thumbnail. And that gum, if you were to pull it back, just like I'm pulling it back right now, look down in there, it should be all nice and healthy like this here. But if you pull it back and it's all bleeding and ulcerative, and you've been shown photos of your teeth with blood rushing out of them, then you basically have got gum disease, and the bacteria down there under your gums produce an acid, and the acid are eating away your gums and your teeth. So you want to get those bugs or bacteria off of your teeth. The last thing I want to make sure is that Waterpiks do not replace flossing. Waterpiks are not strong enough to get the bacteria and the plaque, the gooey, doughy film which is composed of sugar and bacteria, and it's not strong enough to actually shoot it off of your teeth. You have to rub it off. You either have to brush it off or you have to use floss to rub it off, and including you not to use electric flossers. So if you have to choose between water picking versus to floss, you better floss. So floss is needed to remove the film of food between your teeth called plaque. The plaque will not come off with blasting water between your teeth or under those gums. So that's what I want to end with, is that don't think, because I see people do this, is I don't want you to think that you're to actually take and buy this Waterpik so that you don't have to floss. Flossing, I don't want no electric flossers, no other weird tools. You need to learn how to floss, and there's separate videos on this. So I hope this helps, and good luck with your water picking.